remember, you can't want something and have it at the same time. So a lot of our anxiety is because we're yearning for something, and that yearning, that practice of desire, that practice of I need this in order to feel a certain way is where the anxiety is coming from, right? So everything happens in the present moment. There is no future. There is no past. Everything that happened in the past happened in the present moment right back then. Everything that happens in the future is going to happen in the present. So now we just have to equip ourselves so that every present moment we're able to deal with. So, the reason I talk about nutrition is because when we aren't healthy and our gut and our mind is a little off because of what we're eating, now it's going to be harder to deal with the suffering that we have to do on a day-to-day basis. Buddhists say everything is suffering. It's not necessarily a negative thing, more so that like most of your thoughts are probably about the future or the past, right? There's not a lot of times where you're like in the present moment. And if you are, you probably get stuck into like a future or past thought pretty quickly, right? So that's the suffering. And when we are eating healthy, when we are meditating, when we are exercising, it's easier for us to go through our day-to-day life with as little suffering as possible. And when we are sticking to the promises that we make to ourselves, it's a lot easier. A lot of times we have anxiety because we don't stick to the promises that we make, so we feel inadequate to ourselves. So it's okay to dream big, but we're not going to dream big and then put these irrational parameters on ourselves and then not follow those parameters, because it's just going to make us feel like ass. We're not going to look at the goal, though. We're going to look at the system that we have to set in order to reach that goal. Systems are easier to follow than goals. When you create the system, everything goes into place, right? So instead of saying we want $1 million, we're going to create a system that makes us a millionaire. Instead of saying we want to lose 10 pounds, we're going to create a system that makes us more healthy. So now that system is easier to follow. We don't get so down on ourselves if we didn't get the result of the thing. We know the result is coming of how close we adhere to that system. Systems over goals, and then evaluate your recurring thoughts and see if they're mostly based in the future or the past. And then how can we make it so it's just the present thought, the present moment. When we do have a goal or a desire, make it that it's already present and that we're grateful for it type shit, as opposed to like something that we don't have, because that's a totally different vibration. So if it's something that we presently have already, or that we're thankful for, or we're thanking the universe for, oh, like, I thank you so much that I was able to lose this weight and that I'm losing this weight. Like, make it all a continuous present moment thing so that you're not practicing a vibration of not having it. And then the anxiety will lessen a bit as we continue to stick to our system, as we continue to live in the present moment of having it as opposed to not.